Before we break into this analysis, guys, I'm going to be live streaming on Twitch literally at the conclusion of this video. I'm going to be playing some Madden 21 and also discussing what's going on in the NFL. And if you guys want to pop in, ask me any questions, or just sit down and vibe and talk to me, a link to that's in the description down below. It's twitch.tv/FlightMike. Also, if you want the latest NFL news straight to your device, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on my notifications. Now that we got all that out of the way, break! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Guys, if you're an Eagles fan, there was something that kind of perplexed you and maybe even confused you in the 2020 NFL draft, because the Philadelphia Eagles used one of their highest picks, well, their second highest pick, technically their second round pick, on a quarterback. And typically when you do that, it's kind of sending a message. It's sending a message to the starter that his days may be numbered. It's sending a message that there's about to be a changing of the guard. But what's really strange is this comes 5 years after the Philadelphia Eagles traded a boatload of first-round picks to move up to the number 2 pick in the 2016 NFL Draft in order to select Carson Wentz. Even furthermore, when Carson Wentz is fully healthy, he's a remarkable quarterback. And I'm saying this as a Cowboy fan. He's a terrifying quarterback to go up against. But that seems to be the problem. It's very difficult to gauge when Carson Wentz is going to be healthy. And at the same time, even when he is healthy, there's a lack of experience factor that also plays in due to the fact that he hasn't really played a lot of playoff games. As a matter of fact, he's only played in one playoff game throughout his career, yet he has a Super Bowl ring, which is very bizarre. And in that one playoff game, he lost. It's kind of crazy. I wonder if there's ever been another quarterback in the history of our league that's been in such a situation. But kudos to the Philadelphia Eagles, because they handled the situation the way they're supposed to handle the situation. You have a quarterback that's completely carving it up in the regular season and happens to get injured at the wrong times. Well, why don't you draft a quarterback that not only is a perfect fit for your system, but can develop into one of the glitchiest players in the entire game since possibly Lamar Jackson? And that's what I think Jalen Hurts could be. Don't get it twisted. It's not like Jalen Hurts is going to be remarkable from the get-go. It's not like he's going to be amazing from day one. However, he does have the potential to be a remarkable starter in the league, whether it's for the Philadelphia Eagles or for another team. If you ask me personally, what I think his career trajectory is going to be is I think he's going to have a couple of games where he shows out for the Philadelphia Eagles. Some other team's going to overpay him once he becomes a free agent, and he's probably going to leave the Eagles to be a franchise caliber QB for another team. But that's not really the worst thing for a guy's career. In the meantime, he has the opportunity to sit behind one of the best quarterbacks in the game and potentially be a hero for the Philadelphia Eagles when they need him the most. Which is kind of ironic, because if you paid attention a couple years back during the national championship, Jalen Hurts wasn't really having the best game for Alabama. He got benched in favor of this year's number 5 overall pick, Tua Tagovailoa. Let me know if I said that right. I know I kind of botched it. And then after Tua came in, he played hero in his first game and was able to carry Alabama to a national championship victory. And that's the role Jalen Hurts is going to play pretty much this year. He's going to be on the bench until Carson Wentz inevitably, hopefully not, but inevitably probably will get injured. And that's when he's going to do the most damage. And if that's not what happens, then he's going to pick up valuable experience as a backup and sit in a very good offensive system for himself and really polish his game. If there's one thing we've learned from Jalen Hurts so far, is that he has a tremendous work ethic. Now, in terms of how Jalen Hurts is doing currently in training camp, that's a little bit of a question mark. We know Jalen Reagor is doing actually pretty decently against great cornerbacks like Darius Slay. He actually was able to get a touchdown reception on the former Pro Bowl cornerback, which is very, very promising if you're an Eagles fan. But on top of that, What's really interesting is Doug Peterson's putting Jalen Hurts in this strange situation that I personally am not buying. So currently, the number one starting QB without a doubt, even though the Eagles spent a very high pick on Jalen Hurts, is Carson Wentz. So Hurts is currently in a quarterback battle for the backup position against former 6th round pick Nate Sudfeld. And I understand, you can make arguments for Nate Sudfeld, like he has been in the system for longer. He understands how the playbook works and how the game plan works and how the Philadelphia Eagles operate and how Doug Peterson ticks. I understand that. But dude, you are not fooling anybody when it comes to who is the true backup QB for the Philadelphia Eagles. You have the moment if Carson Wentz goes down, there's no doubt in my mind it's going to be Jalen Hurts stepping in for him. Now, there's plenty of arguments you can make against what I'm saying, such as there was a weird offseason that robbed Jalen Hurts of opportunities and repetitions to understand the offense. Nate Sudfeld is more comfortable with the offense. But if you don't think Doug Peterson is sitting back there salivating at the idea and relishing the opportunity to potentially build a system around a scrambling-based quarterback of Jalen Hurts' skill set, then you are dead wrong. You see, Doug Peterson is in a certain class of head coaches that I consider to be incredible play callers and offensive masterminds. On top of that, and bear in mind, Eagles fans, I'm a Cowboy fan telling you guys this, the Eagles have a history of finding remarkable talent. Like, they draft very, very well, and especially in the second round. Off the top of my head, you have LaShawn McCoy, Zach Ertz, Eric Allen, Brian Dawkins, Randall Cunningham, and Deshaun Jackson, all that was drafted in the second round. So you mean to tell me that drafting Jalen Hurts was just to draft a quarterback and have him sit at your QB3 position? I don't really think so. So on Friday, Jalen Hurts didn't get a ton of practice, but on Sunday, he showed off a remarkably strong arm. He runs a lot in practice, but we already knew that Jalen Hurts was good in practice. We also saw him throw some pretty deep balls, which he was doing in a lot of games in college, but we haven't yet seen him do really accurate passes into tight windows, into the middle of the field. Well, about a few days ago, Jalen Hurts was able to do just that, firing a laser in between two DBs to Deontay Burnett. And it was an extremely thin margin for error, but Hurts was able to fit a tight pass into a window, which is fantastic because that's probably Jalen Hurts' only weakness. That's the only thing I'm wondering if he could actually work on in order to be a successful quarterback in the NFL. Now, there's additional updates to this. Apparently, Hurts seemed very comfortable in his role, and he has talent, and he's shown confidence, and he's shown all of that through his first 6 practices. And so far, things are going about him very, very well. So if you're an Eagles fan and Carson Wentz is to go down, I would say that you have something to be excited about, although I'd never wish injury upon anybody. Well, Eagles fans, let me know what you guys think. What do you think that Jalen Hurts' fate is going to be in the NFL? How good do you think he's going to be? What do you think his role is going to be? Do you think he's going to be a lifetime Eagle, or do you think he's going to sign with someone else? Do you think this is a guy that's going to have a Nick Foles-like career, taking a Eagles team all the way to a Super Bowl? Or do you think he's just going to ride the bench for the next few years and then leave? I'd like to hear what you have to say. I've also been getting a lot of requests for players like Jeffrey Okudah and Jerry Jeudy. I've been having trouble finding tape on them. That's why I haven't released them yet. But if there are any other rookies that you'd like to request in the comment section down below, please let me know, and feel free to tweet me any footage that you see. Aside from that, I am live on Twitch right now, and a link to that's in the description down below. I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.